Did you know that the cost of UK visas generally across most of the visa categories is going to be increasing from the 4th of October? And do you know what are the new visa charges? Well, if you do not know any of this information, do not stress because my name is Nikita and I make videos about living in the UK, working as a healthcare professional, landing those interviews, and many more things that you need to know before you come to the UK as a healthcare professional. But if you haven't already followed me on Instagram, now's your turn to do so. But let's get right into the details of what are these visa charges going to look like and how much is it that you are going to be needing to pay extra over the next few years.
So as you can see right here, this is the gov.uk website, which is actually showing the increase in the fees. And this has been updated on the 15th of September 2023. So that's just 4 days ago. In this table, obviously, you will find a lot of different visa categories where they will demonstrate some of the old fees, what are the new fees that are applicable from the 4th of October. And then there's this final column, which is talking about the exact change. So what is the sort of difference between the previous fees and the new fees? Now, obviously, I'm not going to be speaking about all of these visa categories, but I will speak about the ones that are most relevant for all of you guys out there. For those of y'all who are worried that I haven't covered something in this video, I will leave the link for this in the description box below. So I will leave the link for this webpage in the description box below. So feel free to check it out in your own time. But like I said, some of the most important visa categories where the fees have been increased is firstly the visit visa. So definitely if you are staying in the UK and have your parents or your siblings visiting you for up to 6 months, it would have previously cost £100, but now it's increased to 115. So that's a change of nearly £15. And again, there are different visit visa categories, but as you can see in all of them, there is a dramatic sort of rise in the visa fee changes over the next few months. Also, what's important to know is that if you have a transit visa, now the transit visa is usually obviously if you're landing in the UK and need to sort of catch a flight from the UK, you can see that these visa fees have not increased. So that's one good thing for people who are having a layover flight in the UK right now. Some of the other fees that you need to be aware about is this sort of fee, which is your route to settlement. So this is your fee for citizenship and things like that, which can also be seen that it's risen to up to £308. And now you will be paying a total cost of £1,846, which is quite a big sort of jump from the previous fee, which is nearly £1,538. Now that we've covered all of this, let's just see what happens to the sort of work visa applications. Now, like I said, there are several visa categories over here, and many of y'all may have husbands, wives, spouses trying to apply under this visa category. But because we focus so largely on work visas and health and care worker visas, that's what we're going to look at right now. So as you can see right here, for the skilled worker visa, where your certificate of sponsorship is issued for 3 years or less, you are now going to have to pay about £94 extra. So that is about £719 for yourself and any other applicants who might be accompanying you. If your work visa is for more than 3 years, so if it is for more than 3 years, up to 5 years or things like that, then you're going to have to pay about 1,420. Now, again, this is for the main applicant, and then you will have to pay the same amount of money for your dependents if anybody is accompanying you, for example, your spouse or your child. Now, next, if your job is on the shortage occupation list, like you can see over here, and it is less than 3 years, then you will be paying a total of 551, which is a total increase of nearly £72. And again, if your work is on the shortage occupation list, but you are issued a visa for more than 3 years, so maybe say 4 years or 5 years, then your total sum of your visa application for the main applicant will be 1,800, sorry, 1,084, which is again an increase of £141. Now, finally, coming down to my most suitable, appropriate, and favorite visa category, which is the health and care worker visa. Now, for those of y'all who are not aware, I highly recommend the health and care worker visa, and all of the reasons why I recommend this is described in this video, so definitely give that a watch. But if your health and care worker visa is sponsored by your employer for less than 3 years, then you are now going to be seeing a £37 increase in your visa cost, bringing up the total visa cost to nearly £284. And if your health and care worker visa is issued for more than 3 years, which is nearly up to 4 to 5 years, then your cost will be increasing to nearly £551, because that is a total increase of nearly £72.
Now, before we move ahead, I just want to stop right here and say I know many of y'all are right there thinking in your minds, Nikita, these visa charges seem ridiculous, and why should we be paying all of this extra visa charges, and is it even worth to be coming to the UK right now as a healthcare professional? And to answer this question, I'm going to direct you to this video which I've recently put out, which puts out all of the things that you need to know about whether there are jobs in the UK, what is the scope for you to practice as a healthcare professional, and will you be selected for jobs, or are there even any jobs present in the NHS at the minute? So if you are worried about it, if you are worried about if UK is the right place for you as a healthcare professional, please do not forget to watch this video and get that information to make your decision in a very wise, calm way.
Now, coming down to another major visa category which will impact all of you is the student visa category. So again, over here, so for the student visa category, the fees have increased by nearly £127. So that is your new fees that you'll have to be paying is about £490. And again, this is going to be separate again if you have a dependent along with you. But also, as you can see right here, if you have to apply for premium services from outside the UK, those costs have also changed. Now, one of the good things is obviously that the priority visa service for settlement has actually reduced its cost. So you can see it's gone down from minus 73. So you'll just have to pay £500. However, all of the other costs, as you can see right here, have now been increased. So obviously the cost for priority visas and super priority visas have been consistently increasing in the UK. Another important factor is if you are making a study visa application from within the UK, as you can see right here, the costs for this have not increased. So it's sort of stayed the same, and you wouldn't be paying any additional amount for your visa if you are applying from within the UK. Another big change to the visa charges is obviously in other applications that are made within the UK. Now, the one that I want to highlight over here is your indefinite leave to remain. For those of y'all who do not know what this is essentially the UK system of PR, that is permanent residency. If you have any questions about it, please do not forget to check out this video, which will give you all of the information that you need about it. But just in terms of this, as you can see right here, this has been a massive jump from the previous visa cost, because you're nearly going to be paying £500 extra now for your indefinite leave to remain, which I personally think is quite a big sum of money for anybody who is working in the UK. Another big jump is obviously nationality. So say, for example, you've completed your 1 year on your indefinite leave to remain, that's your ILR. If you would like to then go in for naturalization and get a British citizenship, that's again going to cost you a higher sum of money than before. And now you're going to be paying an additional £250 in order to be considered a UK citizen. However, what the good thing is that the life in the UK test has sort of stayed the same. So you're not going to be paying any additional money for that. But remember, both for the ILR and for the naturalization, you will be paying additional costs from the 4th of October. Honestly, if you were to ask me what is the one biggest thing that I feel is a silver lining to this really dark, stormy cloud, it would be the sponsorship. Luckily, the UK government has not decided to increase any of the sponsorship costs. So as you can see right here, all of these costs are nearly at zero. So this is, for example, if a company would like to sponsor you, but they do not have a sponsor license, they need to pay this sort of amount of money to the UK government to get a sponsor license. So for example, most of the NHS trusts are sponsors, but if there was a private company that wanted to sponsor you as a healthcare professional, it would need to apply for this license to sponsor unless it has it already. And as you can see right here, the cost for this hasn't really changed and will stay the same even after the 4th of October. But this just means that obviously the companies who are really keen on hiring international graduates or healthcare professionals will not be facing any major challenges, and the costs for them remain the same.
Now that's it for today's video, guys. Let me know how you liked it in the comments below, but also let me know if you have any more questions. I hope you found it useful. Take care. Bye.